Okay friends, this is our double aught frick sawmill. We bought this thing a couple years ago and just been piddling with it, putting it together. But we're about there. We've cut 2 logs on it, trying to get it dialed in so far. When we got it, the husk frame was stocked on channel iron. Everything else is still stocked on wood. And there's things about this mill that's not quite right, but we're making it work. Like the stick is, the mount's turned around backwards. So I took a seat spring out of a Farmall A that I had. I replaced the springs on it and made kind of a neutral spring there. Works pretty good. We built this deck to stand on for the sawyer. We're going to put a log turner, where's my finger, in here in the future. But for now, we just decked it all the way down. So you can walk down through here and set your dogs. Still got to put our log deck in. But we finally getting close to being done with it. Got our dust rig and all that hung up. Dust chain stretched out. You can tell there's not much sawdust. That's 1 pine log and 1 little white oak log. Just getting the set works where we want it and trying to get everything dialed in. Still hadn't got our beams down for the foot receiver. That's a 48-inch B pattern saw. That come with the mill. We would like to put another head block on it at some time, but that's what we got to work with right now. The roller beds are kind of light for this application, but they work. We're going to put a conveyor in there in the future. Still got to hook our fuel supply up for the engine. We've just been running it out of a fuel tank. 5-gallon fuel can for right now. We come down here and we got a 32 Towers edger. 32-inch. Works pretty good, needs new blades. We built the infeed table for it. It was on wood. It was about rotten. And right now, in the next few days, I'm working on this fence to go on it. This fence will flip up out of the way when you don't need it. But when you want to use it, just flip it down and send your board on through. It's got a 671 Detroit. And the old engine sounds good. It seems to be pretty strong. It ain't wore out. The gentleman we got it from said they had just had the twin disc clutch and everything rebuilt. Like I say, we have no issues with that. That's our fuel cell for now we've been using. And we're going to put belt guards up to keep your shirt tails and all out of the pulleys. Belt guards on all them. And we still got to build some more shed out. We're probably going to go about 24 more feet with shed. I've got to make me some kind of a slab bunk to put down here on the ground. And I've got a bunch of these old parking lot curbs there. I'm going to put them on the ground out through here to stack the lumber on. But like I said, this has been a process of a couple years now. But we're getting there. We're a lot closer than we were, and this here's just the old, I called it the windshield, but they had it there in front of the sawyer to protect him. We just had it laying on top of the edger to keep the rain off of it. We're going to use this fuel tank off a Mack truck. Left us a few shade trees here, but as you can see, it ain't really nothing special, but it works. It cuts good lumber so far. We've still got a few little bugs to get worked out of it. And I got this old railroad iron. I'm going to use it. I'm going to try to use it for the log deck. And we're going to see how that works. Hopefully, it should be fine. We're going to have 3 of them, one right about there. Then we're going to come 6 foot, and then come 6 foot. And I think they will be, let's see. I think they'll be around 21 or 22 foot long. So that should give us plenty of room to put the logs and all on. This dog, my family sawmilled, still sawmills. My dad sawmilled for years. He took his mill down. He had a double aught frick in 1984. And it has to be completely restocked. As you can imagine, it was left outside. He covered it up with tarps, but the tarps rotted off. So this dog and that dog wore out on this particular mill. So that dog and this dog on the end here is off my dad's mill, which is kind of special to me because my dad used them, my grandpa used them. Never met my grandpa. Lost my dad about 3 years ago, September 9th of 2023 will be 3 years ago. So that's kind of special to me. Me and my cousin have been putting this together, or my cousins. Me and my one cousin will be using it mostly. And I did take a paint pen and kind of highlight the scale there so it's easier to read, since we don't have a wheel or a scale or anything. I have never, I guess, been a sawyer. I've always been on the tail end running the edger or whatever, and that was years and years ago. So it's going to be a new experience for me to try to learn all the ins and outs of being a sawyer. So, and this far in this build, I've still not been up here being the sawyer, but I'll be up here one day soon. We had my one cousin that's sawmilled all his life come, and he cut the pine log and the oak log up, and he said the little old mill runs good. He said it'll cut some wood, so he should know what he's talking about. But I'll keep in touch with you and put another video up, hopefully of us running it one day soon. And if you don't mind, just hit subscribe and like the video if you liked it, or like it if you didn't like it. But I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you again. Bye.